Charlie Kirk, the conservative commentator and founder of Turning Point USA, has increasingly become the subject of a cultural framing that likens him to James Dean, the 1950s actor immortalized as a symbol of rebellion and youthful defiance. The comparison, often made by both critics and supporters, reflects a larger effort to package Kirk's image not only as a political voice but also as a figure of cultural resistance. The so-called James Dean deification of Kirk suggests that his appeal is being shaped less around specific policy arguments and more around the aura of defiance he projects against mainstream culture. Like Dean's iconic role in Rebel Without a Cause, Kirk positions himself as standing against established authority, speaking to audiences who feel alienated by what they perceive as dominant liberal institutions in media, education, and government. Supporters argue that this framing taps into generational energy, particularly among younger conservatives who see Kirk as someone willing to challenge norms and reject what he describes as cultural conformity. His speeches at college campuses, characterized by fiery exchanges and unapologetic rhetoric, reinforce the image of a man playing to the rebellious spirit rather than traditional political decorum. For them, the James Dean comparison is not about looks or Hollywood glamour, but about embodying a mood of resistance. Critics, however, see this construction as manufactured, pointing out that the rebellious aesthetic often masks a rigid ideology. They argue that unlike Dean, who represented a form of existential defiance without a clear political agenda, Kirk channels rebellion into partisan loyalty. To detractors, the attempt to cast him as a cultural icon reflects the broader trend of turning politics into entertainment and image-making rather than substantive debate. The rise of this narrative speaks to the way modern politics borrows heavily from celebrity culture. In an era where social media rewards spectacle and branding, the transformation of Kirk into a James Dean-like figure underscores how influence is often measured by symbolism and style rather than ideas. The constant circulation of viral clips, photographs, and stylized portrayals further fuels this imagery. Whether embraced or rejected, the James Dean deification of Charlie Kirk highlights how political figures can be mythologized in ways that blur the line between culture and ideology. It raises questions about how much of modern politics is shaped by narrative framing and how deeply audiences connect to the idea of rebellion, even when it is channeled through partisan lines.